This call is being recorded.
Guys, welcome to the Nevada Republic training call. This is for everybody. We have a new website called nevadarepublic.info. On that website is an explanation of what I'm talking about tonight. There are recordings you can listen to. There is a paper, Are You a U.S. Citizen or a State Citizen, which is I'm gonna actually read from that today, and it's explaining what has happened in America. And I'm going to explain that right now, actually. It's actually shocking what's happened. And what's happened is we have been taken over by a corporation. We have been taken over by esquires. Okay, I'll explain that. In 1776, we formed the Republic of the United States of America. We formed the Declaration of, we issued the Declaration of Independence. We have a Constitution, which is the highest law of the land. It is the law of the land, the law of common law, using the common law of England, as long as it is not repugnant to the Constitution. Okay? 1775, something very interesting happened, and it's very relevant to what's going on today. 1775, the colonies issued a declaration of grievances. Where they said, hey, King George, we are sick and tired of your admiralty courts. What is an admiralty court? Well, there's actually several courts that are housed in our courthouses. There is an admiralty court. There is a military court, an admiralty court, court of equity, and there is a court of record. Okay, and they said, we're sick and tired of your admiralty courts. We're sick and tired of you banging down our doors, arresting people for a non-injured party crime. Okay? So, guys, there's a legal system. There's a lawful system. We created a lawful system in 1776. They created a legal system when the colonies were created a long time ago in England. Okay? They created a legal system in America, and that legal system uses statutes and codes. Okay? And what happened is in 1871, the Congress created a corporation called the United States. So it's funny because Satan will take something that God has done and just twist it, just a little twist. Well, that's exactly what they did with the United States, because you think that's the United States of America, don't you? It's not. It's a corporation. Google the Act of 1871. It says it is a corporation created by Congress to create a government for Washington District of Columbia. They set up a 10-square-mile area to house this new corporation. Its jurisdiction is Guam, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, Marshall Islands, Virgin Islands, and Washington District of Columbia. If you do not live there, you are not a U.S. citizen, okay? Unless you pledged an oath and you paid $800 to become a U.S. citizen, as a lot of people do when they immigrate to America, okay? We've all been tricked that the only way to get into the United States of America is through the corporation, through their vetting system. No, not true. Why don't you go to the Immigration Act prior to 1860? Google that. It says you are a U.S. citizen if you've been here for 2 years and you swore an allegiance to the United States of America. Okay? Now, on my paper, which you can get for yourself at nevadarepublic.info, it's at the bottom, a PDF file. Are you a U.S. citizen or a state citizen? There is a citizen of the United States and a citizen of one of the states. See Maxwell versus Dow. These are all Supreme Court decisions. U.S. citizens do not have constitutional rights. Maxwell versus Dow. Number 3, a U.S. citizen does not have the right to bear arms as guaranteed in the Second Amendment. See West versus Louisiana. Holy crap. How many people are running around, I have a constitutional right to bear arms? Not if you're a U.S. citizen. A U.S. citizen is a fictitious entity and has no rights. What? Fictitious entity? What is a fictitious entity? It is not a living person. It is not a living man. A fictitious entity is just that. A fictitious, made up, created. Wheeling Steel Corporation versus Fox. U.S. citizens are property of the federal government. Wheeling Steel Corporation versus Fox. U.S. citizens are property of the federal government. Okay? Civil rights, 14th Amendment, are for U.S. citizens, not state citizens. Wadley versus Newhall. U.S. citizens have no right to the custody of their infant children except subject to the paramount right of the state. Wadley versus Newhall. Oh, yeah, I own that child. No, you don't. That's why they can come, CPS can come and take that kid for anything. I was at somebody's house, and they came knocking. CPS knocks on the door. Oh, we're here to take your kids. You have no electricity. Really? Start studying this, guys. How many people have lost their kids? Oh, you got a bruise on the shin. Yeah, we're taking them. Yeah, we got a call from the neighbor. You're abusing your kids. We're taking them. What you don't know is there is a bond that is created that the judge gets 10%. What? Oh, yeah, a bond. Okay? Every case that goes through that court is bonded. Okay? Not our courts. That's the next subject. The people does not include U.S. citizens. We the people. It says in the Declaration of the 13 United States of America, we the people. Okay? U.S. citizens. Okay? That's Barron versus Mayor and City Council of Baltimore. Get this. The term resident and citizen of the United States is distinguished from a citizen of one of the several states in that the former is a special class of citizen created by Congress. U.S. versus Anthony. The term resident. What is, look it up. The term resident means person. I have 5 Supreme Court decisions that say the term person is a fictitious entity. The person. Are you a person? Oh, I'm a person. I'm a resident. No, you're not. No, you're not. We have in our political system a government of the United States and a government each of the several states. Each one of these governments is distinct from the other, as each has its citizens of its own state. United States versus Cruikshank. Okay? They have made a distinguishment between the United States and one of the several states. He was not a citizen of the United States. He was a citizen and voter of the state. One may be a citizen of a state, yet not be a citizen of the United States. McDonald versus the state. That there is a citizen of the United States and a citizen of a state. Tashiro versus Jordan. A citizen of the United States is a citizen of the federal government. Kitchens versus Steele. The term citizen in the United States is analogous with the term subject in common law. The change of phrase resulted from the change in government, state versus manual. Let's talk about that. What does the term subject mean? In the 14th Amendment, it says that all U.S. citizens are subject to Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, the word subject means slave. Subject to. We were subjects of the King of England in 1775. In 1776, we all became sovereigns without citizens. Subjects. Sovereigns without subjects. The Privilege and Immunities Clause of the 14th Amendment protects very few rights because it neither incorporates the Bill of Rights nor protects all rights of the individuals. Instead, the provision protects only those rights peculiar to being a citizen of the federal government. It does not protect those rights which relate to state citizenships. Jones versus Temer. The only absolute and unqualified right of United States citizens is to residence within the territorial boundaries of the United States. Territorial boundaries, what does that mean? Well, the U.S. territories, Guam, Puerto Rico. Okay, that is Supreme Court, U.S. versus Valentine. The term United States may be used in any one of the following senses. One, it may be merely the name of a sovereign occupying the position analogous to that of other sovereigns in the family of nations. Two, it may delegate the territory over which sovereignty of the United States. Or three, it may be collective names of the states which are united under the Constitution. That's the Hooven and Allison Company versus EVAT. Okay? United States Code. Title 18, Section 3002. United States Code, Title 28, Section 3002 says that the definition of the United States is a federal corporation. Did you hear what I just said? The definition of the United States is a federal corporation. Stop the madness. Somebody please show me in the Constitution of the United States of America where it says we formed a federal corporation. People, they have tricked you into becoming a citizen of the United States. Okay? Now, in Nevada, according to Nevada Revised Statute 1.020, can't even talk. 1.020, the district court is required to be a court of record. The district court, courts of record are the following: Nevada Revised Statute 1.020, Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, district courts, justice courts, municipal courts. Okay? In any case which a jury trial is required. Okay? These are all court of record. Okay? Now, provisions are Article 6, Section 9 of the Constitution of Nevada says, provision shall be made by law prescribing the powers, duties, and responsibilities of any municipal court that may be established in the pursuance of Section 1 of this article, and by also fixing by law the jurisdiction of said court so as not to conflict with one of the several courts of record. Two primary criteria of a court of record are: the magistrate is independent of the tribunal, and the court must proceed according to common law. The tribunal in a court of record is the sovereign of the court, and the judge is not allowed to make any decisions in a court of record and acts merely as a referee between the parties. Any court that enforces statutes and codes is an inferior court and therefore not a court of record. Okay? Guys, statutes and codes are not law. I'm going to find that in a second. The judgment of a court of record whose jurisdiction is final is as conclusive on all the law as the judgment of this court would be. It is as conclusive on this court as it is in other courts. It cuts an end to inquiry concerning the fact by deciding it. That is ex parte Watkins 3 Pet, cited by Schneckloff and Bustamante. You can see that in my jurisdictional challenge. Pursuant to Nevada Revised Statute 1.030, all Nevada courts are mandated to apply common law. 1. Nevada Revised Statute 1.030. Okay? Application of common law. This is Nevada Revised Statute 1.030. Application of common law in courts. The common law of England, so far as it is not repugnant to the or in conflict with the Constitution and laws of the United States or the constitutional laws of this state, shall be the rule of decision in all courts, not statutes and codes. Statutes that violate the plain principles of common right and common reason are null and void. Florney versus First National Bank of Shreveport. A statute is not law. See Self versus Ray. A code is not law, and the common law is the real law, the supreme law of the land. The codes, rules, regulations, policy, and statutes are not law. Okay? I am not a government employee nor a resident of the Corporation of Clark County. DUNS number 995-9677, further proving that District Court is a corporation with DunandBradstreet.com, registered with DunandBradstreet.com 36-070-6626. There is and has no jurisdiction over me or my land. I am one of we the people. This court is not applying common law. It's not a court of record. Now, what does that mean, guys? Okay, there's several courts in this America. I already told you. There's these courts that are corporations. Okay, don't believe me? Go to DunandBradstreet.com. Search for your court. In fact, do a search for your local police department, because those are not peace officers enforcing the common law. They are police officers enforcing corporate policy. Okay, it's analogous to working for Walmart, and the security guard there has rule over all of Walmart. If you break one of their laws, he can give you a citation. Yeah, you're supposed to be in all blue. You came with blue and black. You violated statute and code. You violated Walmart policy. Okay, statute and code is not law. Okay, the law of the land, the Constitution, is the law. What is the law of the land? It's basically constitutional law. The law of the land is how we set up this country. The law of the land is very easy to understand. It says very simply, if there is no injured party, you have not broken the law. Okay? Injured party. What does that mean? It means I socked you in the eye. I injured you. I killed your cow. I broke your window. I ran over your dog. I stole from you. That's an injured party. Okay? Now, going 100 miles an hour in a 55-mile-per-hour zone, they give you a ticket. Have you broken the law? Have you committed a crime? The cop will tell you, you committed a crime. Well, no, I haven't. Okay? I have not committed a crime, because the definition of a crime is one of we the people has been injured. Where's the corpus delicti? Who's been injured here? Bring them forth with an affidavit of injury, okay? Because that's the way the court really works. The affidavit, the injured party brings forth an affidavit. Yeah, this guy hurt me. Now we have court in a court of record, okay, with a judge that is not a member of the Bar Association, okay? Why don't you go to Dun and Bradstreet and Google, do a search for the Bar Association of your area. Oh, this is a private corporation. Really? The court's a private corporation. The Bar Association is a private corporation. By the way, why don't you Google the Bar Association of England? That's where it all started. It's all one private club. You go into court. It's all esquires. By the way, esquire is a title of nobility. Michael Hamilton, thank you for doing this research. It is a title of nobility. It goes gentleman, esquire, knight, and so on and so forth. The 13th Amendment, which the Crown of England tried to destroy when they invaded our country and burned down the White House, says that if you have a title of nobility from any other country, you cannot hold office, nor can you be a citizen of the Republic. Well, hold on a minute. Wasn't Barack Obama an esquire? Which means that he cannot hold office of the United States of America, which that he is not the president, but he is president of a corporation called the United States. All the esquires are in the same. It is a private corporation. It's not. We're gonna serve out. It's not any of that. It's a for profit. Okay.
Tom has a major echo.
The judge is an esquire. The plaintiff is an esquire. You hire a public esquire. You have 3 esquires. What do you think the decision is going to be?
I'm going to echo.
Says, geez, let's see. Do I take this guy's house? Do I let it go? No, case dismissed. You don't have a case.
If everyone will hit their mute button or *6, we won't have the echo.
How is he going to rule for you when he gets paid 10% of all the bonds that go through that court? How is it that you're going to get justice? Let's see. I take your house, I get paid nothing. I take your house, I get 10% of a bond that's created. Let's see. Tough decision. Do I take your kid and get paid on a bond, or do I leave your kid with you at home? Let's see. Tough decision. Guys, it's not about justice. It's about money. Okay? Now, the jurisdictional challenge that I've created is brilliant. It's probably the most important document you'll ever see in your life. Go to NevadaRepublic.info. There's one there now. I'm going to actually post the one that Johan Kim used today in his fight. I'm going to have him on next, actually, as a testimonial. But California very specifically says not only are all the courts a court of record, but if you are a bar card member, you cannot be a judge in a court of record. Holy crap, really? It says that. I want him to read that tonight. Okay? So here's what's happened. Bottom line. We've tricked us all into joining Walmart, the United States corporation type of corporation, and we've lost everything. They are raping and pillaging America since 1860. 61. We're taught, the Civil War, that was to free the blacks. No, it wasn't. It was fought for our rights. Okay, the general of the Confederate, the South, said we are in another revolutionary war for our state rights. Okay, we are fighting for our freedom. We lost. They crushed the republic, and in 1871 created the corporation, the United States, and everybody joined. Everybody became citizens, which means you are a subject. You are now subject to Congress, to the courts, to the police, to statutes and codes. Wake up. Don't believe me. Go to the website, do your own research. Go to Dun & Bradstreet. Either the police are a corporation or they're working for we the people. You can't be both. Either they're using statutes and codes or they're using common law. Which one? Which one is it? Guys, that is a brief synopsis of what has happened to this country. And what we're doing is we're taking it back by forming our grand juries. Did you know that the We the People grand jury, according to Scalia, Judge Scalia, before he was killed, set a judgment from a grand jury of We the People and a judgment from the court of record is the highest law of the land, that once We the People say that's it, it's it. Not even the Supreme Court can overturn it. Okay? Now, something funny happened with Donald Trump being elected, because every president after Kennedy referred to themselves as the United States. I'm the president of the United States. These United States, the United States. Okay, there's two United States and the United States of America. Donald Trump is the first president I've ever heard that referred to the United States of America, number one. Number two, I'm giving this government is for we the people. Number three, he elected a constitutionally compliant Supreme Court justice. Number four, in his address to Congress, he honored Judge Scalia's widow. This is Mrs. Scalia. I honor her today. Guys, I think that he's going to be with us on this. Now, I would like to bring up Johan, who has a testimonial of his battle with foreclosure. Johan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Tom.
All right, take the floor, brother. What happened?
All right, so thank you, Tom, and thank you for all your teaching, man. This is very enlightening and very timely. Praise God. I couldn't have asked better. And it's been battle after battle, but it's not that I'm afraid. It's just more of an irritation, of this people. They keep trying to pull me back into the inferior court when I have a jurisdiction challenge in a higher court, which I already have a TRO and cease and desist. And they'll just keep trying to pull me back and try to have me a contract with them on having a hearing or having a hearing by jury and all of that. So first, a couple of times I just went, really nicely and just said, I just read basically what you taught me, Tom, and I just read it verbatimly and one thing after another. And she said, well, I have nothing more to add. Last time when I was there. And I go, okay. Well, then I looked at the other attorney and I just left the courtroom thinking that she dismissed it. She didn't. 3 days later, she goes ahead and filed eviction order and in the mail. And she made a decision 2 days after my hearing with just other attorney. And so it's like immediate. And we were prepared to prepare for the worst. So we packed up our valuables and ready to move just in case. And no one came and knocked on the door. And we're going, And then Tom goes, well, why don't you go find out if there's any order on eviction placed by the judge. So I called the sheriff's office. Nothing. So we're kind of thinking that, okay, because we submitted it right after one thing good about Tom and his team, and I don't know if you're going through what I'm going through, people that are on the phone, is that, I asked them, I tell them the situation, and I get this, orders or paperwork, and they just turn it around so fast. And so when she sent me that notice on Saturday, when I received it, and I, sent it to Tom gave me a paperwork, and I filed it on Monday. It's a void judgment. So since last Monday, I haven't heard anything. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days ago, I get a call from my opponent who bought my place, when I was in Chapter 13. So they call me up and go, okay, you have an ex parte notice. I said, ex parte notice? Well, I don't even know what that means. And anyway, I go, what is it about? He goes, it's a motion to strike improper pleading, meaning the void judgment was improper and they're going to have a motion to strike it. So they're trying to pull me right back into the inferior court. And I'm like, oh man, it's just, like I said, it's more of an irritation than, going up there at this time. So like last night I talked to Tom, and Tom kept me up till around like 1 o'clock. And one thing about Tom's teaching is that he's kind of repetitive, but it's just very down basic, to the point, and he would just keep repeating it, and it's just like keep repeating it. And I took a note, and then I just kind of like listened to it and get the concept behind it, and I slept over it. And then in the morning I got up early, I typed it up, and then I went to the court, and when my hearing was called, I went up there and I just read it verbatimly. And what I did was, this is what I wrote. This is, by the way, everything that Tom has taught me. So she called me up, and attorney, and it's the same judge for the last 3 times. Her name, well, I'm not going to say anything about her name. Anyway, same judge, and she asked the attorney, so what do you want to do? And he's like, well, I'd like to go ahead and have a hearing by the jury on this, the improper pleading, sometime next week, sooner the better. Right? So she looks at me and goes, Mr. Kim, is next week, Wednesday or Thursday, okay? I mean, like, after I told her last week, right, exactly like what I'm going to repeat again on this here. And she's asking me that. So I said, Your Honor, I object. I do not consent. I refuse the contract with this court. Okay? And then one day when I went up there, first asked me, I go, what is your name? Is your name Johan Kim? I was like, you can refer me to as Johan. I am appearing specially and not generally. And I want to put that as I'm speaking on and for the record. So, and so she goes like, what do you want to do, Mr. Kim? And I said, I don't want a contract with this court. I'm like, I'm irritated. I'm like starting to getting pissed off. So I told her, I say, I demand the due process of law. I created a court of record. You're interfering. Why? You have violated so many judicial canons. You have failed your obligation and your oath of office. This treason at open court, is the Constitution of California invalid? According to the court decision in Cohen versus Virginia, when judge acts where he or she does not have a jurisdiction to act, the judge is engaged in an act of treason. And I looked at it and go, you are a foreign agent. If you move this case forward, you are committing a treason. 3 counts of treason. 1, moving the case without jurisdiction. 2, foreign agent warring against the Constitution. 3, foreign agent warring against the will of people of the Republic of California. If you find guilty of this treason, oh, by the way, last one I checked, you have failed to register as a foreign agent with Secretary of State per Foreign Agent Registration Act. I believe that it's a felony for up to about 10 years in prison. So I'm going to bring this to the case to the evaluate by our newly formed With the People Grand Jury of California for a possible indictment of committing treason. And so I therefore, Your Honor, I ask the court to dismiss this case for lack of jurisdiction. And I demand a trial by jury of my peers in a constitutionally compliant court of record as guaranteed by the Constitution of California and the Constitution of the United States of America. No appellate or Supreme Court can second-guess the judgment of a court of record. So I am challenging the jurisdiction of the court and demanding a trial in a court of record per the Constitution of the United States 7th Amendment. According to California Constitution, Article 6, Judicial 1, the judicial power of the state is vested in the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal and Superior Court, all of which are court of record. If you judge of this court have a bar card, by the way, judge, your bar card number is 1168, blah, 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 blah. And you cannot be a judge in a court of record of Constitution of the State of California. The bar of the State Bar of California is a public corporation. Every person admitted and licensed to practice law in this state is and shall be member of the State Bar, except while holding office as judge of court of record. So therefore, I ask Your Honor and to ask the court to dismiss the case for lack of jurisdiction. And if you don't, I guess I'll just, go ahead and talk to, report this up to Donald Trump, and he's a newly elected judge. So, and then she looks at me and looked at the other attorney, and other attorney was about to just butt in and say something. She kind of gave him that look like, just shut up. And then she goes, I go, so I'm waiting, and she goes, oh, matter is considered under submission. I go, excuse me, Your Honor, are you dismissing the case? Or she goes, matter is considered under submission. So I said, okay, I'm out. So I left. That was it. So now, Tom, you can step in and kind of break it down, what happened, and what we can expect next. But I think what I did was I just went in there with an attitude like, you're messing with the wrong person, because I have so much firepower behind me. If you want to go to toe-to-toe the distance, I'm all yours, okay? You want to do this? Let's go, all right? Take my house, okay? I'll hang your ass, okay? You want that? Let's go. That's my attitude. And I'm pissed off because I just have to keep leaving the work and have to go over there. I'm not even getting paid for it. And so that bugs me. And my wife and kids too. I have a toddler, 4 and 5, and my wife, she stays on and does homeschool. It's a crazy time and crazy ride, but thank God we know what we know, and through the Lord, what we are being taught is blessing. It's a gift. You should just tell this to everybody, because people are deaf, dumb, and blind. They don't even know what they don't know. There's 3 stages of consciousness, right? You don't know what you don't know. You know what you don't know, and then you know, right? So it's like people don't know. They don't even know what they don't know. Okay, I'm all done. Thank you, Tom.
May I please?
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Santa Claus in Cincinnati. Was this de facto judge committing treason?
Yes, she was.
Okay, so it was a woman, right?
Yeah.
So we could say
she did not commit treason. She's not, unless she evicts the man, it's not treason. I yield.
Oh, okay. But
the fact that she is holding these tribunals in contradistinction to his court of record is they can do this to him as long as they want?
Negative. If you notice, Johan told them, you cannot move this forward. One more, I will not come back again. He told her, I'm not coming back. This is costing me time and money. If you move this forward to another hearing, it is treason under Cohens versus Virginia, which very specifically says if the judge moves forward and they do not have jurisdiction, it is treason.
Well, hadn't he already demonstrated they didn't have jurisdiction to even hold?
However, he laid it on the line today. He very specifically told them one more time it's treason. He didn't do that before. He laid it all out today.
Okay, because what I was going to say is, and I don't mean this chimerically, if they ask you the next time, tell them what I would like you to do is instruct the bailiff to take you into custody because I'm charging you with treason right now, and you need to address that charge.
Well, I think that would come from a grand jury rather than him ordering the arrest at that moment. But that could be a possibility. I'm not real sure about that. But the whole point of this is there is no next time. Okay, I believe that they're going to dismiss the case. One thing I've noticed about these judges is they never want to say it on the spot. Oh yeah, you're right. Case dismissed. They want to save face in front of their esquires. They want to save face in front of witnesses. So they're not going to in open court dismiss anything. Okay, what they will do is dismiss it later.
Yeah. Okay. I yield.
Oh, again, we'll arrest you.
May I again, Tom?
Go ahead.
Way earlier in your talking about this, you indicated that the entity known as the United States of America is a corporation, which is a fiction. And I wonder how, from there, this fiction can move forward on anything. Because, it's the fact that there are human beings trying to manipulate under that fictitious entity doesn't make it in any way legitimate. So I wanted to interrupt you when you were saying that, but I didn't think you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's hold the questions. I want to bring up Marina. Are you available? I want her testimony. She's unmuting. Hold on, guys.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Harina, and I would like to advise everybody that the court of record is really awesome and it works. Thank you so much.
She had a house that was in foreclosure, and it actually went to an eviction hearing. Not only was that stopped, but they actually reversed the sale of the house. That was 2 years ago. Okay, I've got another guy here in town that they actually evicted him. We put him back into the house under adverse possession laws, and he hasn't heard hide nor hair from anybody. California, I got a guy who taught me how to do that, and he's actually done 10 in California successfully. He's the one that also taught me how to, when you file your lawsuit, you do a removal from the lower court to the court of record, which stops any other transactions in that. It stops any other action in that court. Bob, are you on? I'd like to hear from Bob. Okay, I guess he's not on. Bob is a roofer charged with roofing without a license in Henderson, Nevada, and also Las Vegas. He's actually the first guy that we taught how to challenge the jurisdiction, and he has performed marvelously. For 6 times, all they did was move the case forward, 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 move the case forward. And he finally filed a court of record and did a removal, to the court of record. So that's kind of where we're at now. The court of record, guys, is a constitutionally compliant court of record where the federal judges with bar cards, they may try to interfere and put orders into your case. However, they can't. okay, because they got a bar card, especially in California. Hey, what are you doing? You got a bar card. You can't do that. But the end result is we issue judgments and in the court of record, which you can act on. Anyways, it's an amazing process, guys, and it starts with you understanding who you are. Now, listen, it also starts with getting out there and educating people, okay? Because people's lives are at stake. People's children's lives are at stake because this evil, wicked corporation is attacking we the people relentlessly. Go to any court. The rooms are packed. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty? No, I'm not guilty. Great, get an attorney. Okay, I'll get an attorney. I can't afford one. Get a public defender. Jurisdiction.
You're going to hold this for a while.
You guys need to mute out. Here in Las Vegas, it's very interesting. Going to Bob's hearings, the judge will ask, "Did you get that summons?" "Oh yeah, I got that." "Great. Is your name spelled correctly?" "Oh yeah, that's good." Well, it's in all caps, people. It's in all capital letters. That's not how you spell your name. Okay? It's got jurisdiction. How do you plead? Not guilty, guilty. Oh, I'm not guilty. Okay? Guys, the proper answer is, you know what? Great question. I challenge the jurisdiction. How do you have jurisdiction? I'm one of we the people. I'm not a fictitious entity. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. resident. Okay? Guys, this is a corporation for profit. Okay? They gave me a ticket. Okay? No driver's license, no insurance, texting while driving. Okay? I went to my hearing, and I submitted the jurisdictional challenge. I went to my hearing. Okay? Now, this is the second ticket this same cop has given me. The first one was for not getting Nevada license plates. I got North Dakota plates. He gave me the ticket. I went to court. Yeah, case dismissed. Oh, okay, great. He gave me another ticket. Same cop. I went to court. Case dismissed due to lack of witnesses. But he was there. He was there. Okay? And it's funny because he's hounding all the marshals, everybody who's got an oath of office. He's interviewing them and going to their work, telling them he's going to get them fired, telling them what they do is unlawful. And he told one of our guys, he says, Benson's only winning because of administrative errors. Administrative errors. I just laughed. I'm like, you know what? Call it whatever you want. As long as I win. It's all about winning. You can kid yourself and say, it's an administrative error. Yeah, that's right. Okay, great. But anyways, I'll open it up now for any questions.
May I?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Urban. First of all, Tom, did you get the email I sent that you requested about my case?
I'll have to look at that. I haven't checked my email, see?
Okay, that's fine. And number two, is there a law in Nevada similar to the one that you mentioned in California where if a member of the bar, they're not allowed to be in a court of record, or no?
No, but it does say that they have to follow the common law. All the courts are a court of record, and they have to follow common law. Statutes and codes are not common law.
Right. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. But you can't add that little extra. That seems like a powerful little additional tool about the...
That's California, and you may... I'm not sure if we can add that into Nevada or not.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, it's California is very, very strong.
That was inspiring, and it was Mr. Kim or Kim with that story, because it's pretty obvious they tried to, like you said, knock him off his position. And he was.
Well, the crazy thing about it is they already issued the eviction. That's it. It should be case closed. Why did they have him come back And then they didn't schedule anything else. They never said, "Oh, you're evicted." Nothing. That's what's that's what's incredible about his case. They already issued the eviction order. How come they didn't give it to the sheriff? Yeah, sheriff, go evict this guy. Okay? Because the day after they issued that, I sent in a writ of error. Hey, judge, you know what? If you've already been ordered to stand down, okay, you move forward, it's treason. And here's why. Okay? Guys, they fear nothing more than we the people standing up. Treason? Seriously? When was the last time a judge was hung for treason by a grand jury? When did that occur, guys? Not in our lifetime. Not in our parents' lifetime. Not in our grandparents' lifetime. It was a really long time ago. Okay? So the problem is they don't know what this is. Nobody knows. So we're educating them. You guys need to go out and
Pearl Hernandez
need to go out and educate everybody. Get your juries going. On my website, I'm going to be put a flyer that you could take to your printer and have them printed out, and you get that to everybody. Okay? Feel free, all you other states, feel free to duplicate my website. Take any information you want. It's open for grabs. This is a nationwide effort. Okay, I put that together for Nevada, but guess what? It's open for everybody. I yield.
May I? It's James.
Go ahead.
I got a case with DSS on Tuesday, and I talked to one other person earlier today how to go about that when I show up, because they served papers on me. And I heard that I go in and I say clerk of court, that kind of thing, what was being said throughout this call. And so I want to kind of like do a line by line when I go in front of the judge. Hey, I want to, make sure that I have the court and they don't, kind of thing.
Yeah, just you need to challenge jurisdiction, demand a trial by jury and a court of record.
Okay, and those are the three things that I can just say, and I can just be quiet, kind of thing.
Questions they ask you after you've challenged jurisdiction. Hey, that's a great question. I'll be glad to answer that just as soon as the plaintiff proves jurisdiction. You need to go to NevadaRepublic.info and get my jurisdictional challenge. Okay?
I saw that.
I'm challenging the jurisdiction of this court.
Okay,
I demand a trial by jury in a constitutionally compliant court of record, which this is not. You got a gold trim on that flag. According to the Army Manual of Court Marshals AR-840, you can. This is a military court. I'm not in the military. I've never contracted with the military. I refuse to contract with this court. And anything else they do, we're going to schedule this for another hearing. I object. I refuse to contract with this court.
So the paperwork that's on your site, and I've already opened up and looked at it, and it's got your name written on it. It's about jurisdiction. I can take that and kind of, take out your name and put mine and print this out and take it with me on the court day?
Mail it to them. You want to mail a copy to the judge and mail a copy to the plaintiff and file a copy of that into your case.
Okay.
And send it registered.
But unfortunately, it's Tuesday, so maybe Monday I can do all that. And
no, just hand them a copy. Hand everybody a copy in court. Here's my jurisdictional challenge.
Oh, okay.
You can file it into the record Monday.
Go ahead. That was my dog.
But once you challenge, brother, this is the most powerful counterattack known to man. Nothing works.
Bob Edwards here.
Give your testimony, please.
Okay, this is Marshal Edwards out here in Las Vegas. I just got on the phone. I had things that I was doing, and as far as the subject matter jurisdictional challenge is concerned, you're talking to somebody who faced the judge on my first time, who threatened to put me in jail 3 times in court. And my opening would be what Tom taught me about. I am here, on and for the record, I am here specially, not generally, as a third-party administrator of the decedent estate of Robert Ambrose Edwards, who is here before this court, and I would hold up my birth certificate, and then I would say I am here to settle all matters. Just as soon as the district attorney approves subject matter jurisdiction over me, the living man, and then I would want different cases, court cases, like Rundle versus Delaware. I would say, the state of Nevada, Rundle versus Delaware, states that the state of Nevada is a corporation under the corporation, and that no corporation can sue you or contend with you and in a court of law, and they can't even deal with you. So not only I went through the definitions of the word sue and the word contend, and at the end of it I said, Your Honor, this is an Article 1 court. I'm supposed to be in an Article 3 court. I'm not even supposed to be here, and you're trying to prosecute me in the wrong court. And of course, they kind of don't say anything for a little bit, and then they kind of say, well, we're going to put this off for another matter. I say, I object. I do not consent. And he goes, well, we're going to do this, and it's going to be March 30. March 30th. I go, Your Honor, I object. I do not consent to this. And they continue to do that. And I said, Your Honor, if you do that, that's treason. And he goes, and one time he goes, well, then I'm Benedict Arnold. So they really don't care. They don't care what we think, because they think that what we're doing is a big joke. But what happens is they didn't put me in jail those 3 times. And although they may have moved the case forward, which they committed treason by doing so, I still have been free, because they've been trying to press 2 charges in one court and one in another in 2 different cities, and they've both been trying to put me in jail. And here I stand before you on this phone call talking to you guys about it, that the jurisdictional challenge is the most powerful thing that we came up with, and now we're taking it to different levels and different steps. And one of the biggest and greatest steps of all is this court of record. This court of record is kicking their ass, and they don't know how to deal with it, except to just do what we say. Right now, as we speak, I have 2 court cases going on, and we're giving summonses to all the district attorneys who allowed the case to go forward, which is committing treason. So now we're bringing them, like I have 9 in one city and 7 in another. We're giving summonses to them, and now they're asking us who have the court of record, who are now in charge of our case, instead of them being in charge of the case, they're asking us to dismiss the case. And what we're saying is we're going to deny each and every one of them, because now we have the power. And they don't know what to do but to go with it, because they are not a court of record. They don't have the power to be the court of record. And they're screwed. They have to pay attention to the court of record. And now I'm getting letter after letter, and Tom and I are going over it, and we're just going to keep denying them and everything. I also have 2 warrants out, and we're working on. We've already executed the warrants, which is like nullifying them. And as soon as we're ready, we're going to void them, coming from a place of being the court of record. Court of record, we're going to just void them out, and we're just taking it one step at a time, and little by little, we're just knocking stuff out. Having taken over the case, we're directing what is going to happen and when it's going to happen. And it's a big change now, because before we had to kowtow. They were throwing everybody in jail. Nobody had a say-so in a damn thing. They thought we were a joke. And now they're starting, not only in the state, but in the federal courts out here in Nevada, they're starting to recognize our paperwork and what it looks like. And like, holy crap, it keeps coming because more people are starting to learn about it and understand it. It takes a little while to learn the terminology and the legalese, which is the legal language, which is actually unlawful, you know. And, you know, if it's legal, that means it's man-made. If it's lawful, it's under God's law. Either lawful or unlawful. Those are the two terms that we use. If it's legal or illegal, those are man-made terms, and we don't go by them. If they use those terms, just know that they're lying through their teeth, and they're probably corrupt. So we're learning all these things with the legal terms, and this is an actual chess game of words, such as like the word person. You think a person is, well, I'm a person. No, you're not. In legal terms, you're not. A person connotates that you are a corporation, which puts you into their jurisdiction. When you say, I'm the flesh and blood man, it puts you into God's law, you know, the common law of the land. And that's the righteous laws of God, laws of man. I mean, there's two different things there, but laws of God are the most important, you know. So, I don't know, Tom, is there anything else you want me to say, or is that okay?
No, that was fabulous. One thing I want to point out, in Las Vegas, you actually went to court 6 times, and they could
I've gone
never
to court 6 times in each court, at least 6, and I think 9 in the other. Yes. And I've had it to the point where the judge has outright said to the guy who's suing me, he goes, listen, I tried to put him in jail. They wouldn't take him. The reason they wouldn't take me was because they didn't have jurisdiction, and they didn't want to get in trouble for it. You know, so is there anything else you want me to say?
Yeah, it was interesting. They actually, on the Henderson case, he missed a court date, and he went in to reschedule. They arrested him, took him to the county jail. They refused to take him. I thought that was absolutely incredible, but that's that's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, tell them how we made the agreement. They said that if you actually, what they did was when I went to the Henderson court, I went to reschedule that date where I missed. I walked out because I was sick, and they arrested me right there. But then they brought me to the back of the courtroom in Henderson for about 2 or 3 hours. Then they drove me from the city of Henderson to downtown Las Vegas jail, and they kept me down there as well. So what were we about to say about that, Tom? Tom.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing that the judge...
the thing was, they said that when I was down in the jail, because nobody would take me, was that if I agreed to take on a state prosecutor or their public defender, that they would not put me in jail for 25 days, and they would take me back to my truck. So what happened was I agreed to do that, to take on a public defender and go to court on the date that they said. Well, so what happened was, when they were taking me out of the jail, now you ask any criminal, when the hell did the bailiffs from one city let you go into their police car, and they drove me back to another city right up to my doorstep of my truck? When I tell my friends that, they said, you must have blown the guys or something. There's no way they let you do that. And I said, yes, they did. They said, no. Yes, they did. So when I went to court, all right, so I start my thing again, Your Honor, honor for the record, I am here especially, not generally, as a third-party administrator of the decedent estate of Robert Ambrose Edwards, who is appearing before you. I hold up my birth certificate. Everything goes back to that birth certificate, and I said that I am here to settle all matters. Just as soon as the district attorney here proves subject matter jurisdiction over me, the living man. And then I went on to also say that I am not a U.S. citizen. I am not a U.S. resident. I am not a 14th Amendment citizen. I am not a fictitious entity. I'm not a government. or federal employee. I am not a voter. And I said, I respectfully request that you dismiss this case forthwith for lack of jurisdiction. So then we go back into that, and I go into about Rundle versus Delaware. So we go through the whole spiel again, and it just throws them into a quandary like, what the hell are we going to do with this guy? Because they know they don't have jurisdiction, yet they still move it forward. It's like they're stalling because they don't know what the hell to do. Well, after much trial and error and learning, we have found out about the court of record, which has changed everything. It's put us in charge. They can never be in charge right now. We can. And we're just like, we're doing it. We are making history here in Las Vegas. And anyone who is using the court of record, we're making history in this country. And we all need to stick together and see it through. We need to get marshals together. We need to get our grand juries together. We need to be on the phone calls like this, learning, constantly learning, because knowledge is power. And that's what we need to keep doing, is keep learning and gaining strength and power and empowering each other. And we're doing it, so hold on one second. Hey. I've got 4 dogs, so I'm around, so they like to bark and get my attention, so excuse that. But that's all I'm going to say for now, unless, Tom, you want me to say anything else.
May I?
Go ahead.
To the gentleman that is talking, can you give the steps that you're taking to void out the warrants from the court of record?
I don't know the exact step-by-step procedure. All I know is we get our warrant, and there are things that you have to do. Proof that you are like the person that they are asking about. The person, when they say person, that's like on your birth certificate. Everything is on your birth certificate. Your name is in all capital letters. Only corporations do that. So if you were to write your name, my name is Robert Edwards. The letter R would be capitalized and the letter E, but not all the letters. So they're looking for, by capitalizing it, you are saying you are a corporation. You are in their jurisdiction. So we give them there's 3 different papers we have to give them. I don't know the exact names offhand, that we give them showing them that is the person, like part of the corporation type of person that they're looking for. So you give them those papers, and then there's the warrant itself. You've got to sign the back, and then they sign the front. And there's a cover sheet and some other things in front, like let's say plaintiff and defendant, or I'm not sure of how it's done. But I'm doing it with Tom and everyone, and we're just sharing the information on what to give them, and that is kind of shutting it down so far. I've got 2 of them, and I haven't, they've even come to my house one time trying to do a scare tactic, because they're like, now that we're marshals, they're like, is this Marshal Edwards? And I said, yes, it is. This is Continental Marshal Edwards, yes. And then we were talking about one of the heads of us, and we're saying this person is the head marshal of the continental United States. So they're kind of questioning it. They're in quandary about that. And they will remain asking these questions because it's unfamiliar territory to them, and we're using legal proper terms. And a lot of these cops and district attorneys and all these other people, they have not been educated on common law and how the court systems and citizenship things work. So they're in a learning process, and they have been brainwashed to think a certain way. So we have the paperwork. We're putting it through, and so far, they're not coming to my house beating my door down looking for me. We'll see if I get pulled over, what will happen. Hopefully by then I'll have my badge, I have my ID, and I have my oath that I carry with me in my car and in my wallet at all times. So we're getting there, man. We're getting there.
Now, where can we get those 3 documents you're referring to?
Well, we have to look them up. I think one is in Michigan, Missouri, and or someplace else, and it's on. I don't know the websites and stuff.
Do you know who may have that website?
Tom can get that, or I can get that for you. I can find out where to get it. I know where to get it. I just don't know what the proper. I don't have the proper websites to give you. I don't know the exact website, and I don't want to tell you something I don't know.
Do you have an email address?
Sure. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's all small letters. RAE. Dot Edwards EDWARDS @yahoo.com.
So that's REA dot
RAE.
Okay, RAE dot EDWORD @yahoo.com.
Edwards is EDWARDS.
Oh, S. Oh, okay, so EDWARDS.
Correct. @yahoo.com.
@yahoo.com. Gotcha. And last question is, where would you get the warrant that you're referring to? Where will you go and seek that from?
Well, I would have to find that out for you. I know the person who knows how to do it. I'm technically challenged, so I rely on other people to help me out with it.
That's okay. I just thought I'll ask, and so I'll send you an email to inquire about the rest of the steps. Thank you so much, sir.
I'm 55. Check it out. I'm 55, overweight, out of shape. I got about 30 seconds of thunder left in me, and I'm working on doing this every day, brother.
Well, it sounds like to me you're doing good, and I thank you, and I yield. Thank you.
Okay.
If I may.
Go ahead.
My certificate of live birth is not in all caps. For some reason, I don't know why. Is that, and I hear a whole lot of other people saying, yeah, it's the all caps, but mine is not for some reason.
That doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, well, whether it is or not, the one thing you do need to know is that when you go into the courtroom, they look at that birth certificate because the operative word there is certificate. They use that to borrow money. The government borrows money off of that certificate. You ever notice that when you go to the hospital and you have a baby, they won't let you out of the hospital without a name on that birth certificate? Isn't that funny? Because they want to attach that birth certificate to borrowing money, bonds, or whatever they do from us. The government has life insurance policies out on each and every American. They got all kinds of things that they borrow against our birth certificate. And there is a way to get your birth certificate back, to, shall we say, reclaim it, so that if they were ever to use it again, you can sue them for using your name. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? So there's a lot of things out there that we learn with common law, and what we're supposed to have, as we the people. And when people hear we the people, they don't really think of it. They think it's a joke, or it's just a statement or a phase or a phrase. They don't think it's real, like really real. And what's happening is right now, we're in 1776 mode right now, because we're in the process of doing what needs to be to, take our country back. And it takes a while. I mean, just think of what the Sons of Liberty did. The Sons of Liberty are the ones who were, given the grievances and things like that against King George, right before 1776, and they were having their own, shall we say, counterintelligence people, and doing things to figure out how we can become a country and a nation. And we are those people. It's as if we're back in 1776 again. And it's real. It's very real. I mean, we've got that judge, I think it's in Alaska and or Colorado. There's two of them. And they're working on suing the Bar Association. And the Bar Association stands for British Accredited Register. And if you're a member of the Bar Association, you're like a foreign agent. Now, a foreign agent isn't supposed to have any standing in the American courts, but they do. So we have two judges that have switched from the corporate world into our world, and they're trying to help everybody out. Part of it is just making us understand that, hey, we've been duped since 1871. You know, when they basically changed the name of the United States of America to the United States the Corporation. So, a lot of stuff that you need to learn. You need to realize this is where we're at. So we're at the very beginning. The thing is, with the internet and everything, we have the ability to accelerate the process of learning that they couldn't do in 1776. They didn't have pagers. They didn't have cell phones. You know, they didn't have all these things. Now we do. So now we can accelerate the process. And that's what we need to do. Work together and work that process and make this happen. You know, we don't have to take 20 or 30 years. We could do it in 3 or 4 years, or maybe 2 or 3. Anything else? Hello?
No, thank you. I'm not a first-time caller. I know a whole bunch of this history and stuff, and so, but I appreciate it, and thank you very much. I yield.
Good evening. May I?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, my name is Miss Roberta. Tuesday, I have to go to a 13th foreclosure hearing. They summoned me in for 13 times. I have to go before a clerk of court for a foreclosure. Now, this time I'm going in with the audit and securitization from the Security Exchange Commissions, showing that how they separated my promissory note from my mortgage in the deed of trust, and let them know that that was fraud. So they can't still have securitization on the my mortgage deed and still use it as a loan to foreclose on me. So I want to know that gentleman Marshall. He just came in. He was saying, "I am here specially and not generally." Where do I get that saying from?
Well, I was taught, we wrote it out, is what we did. We wrote it out on a piece of paper, and we just used that, and I literally have it in my notebook. I read it out of my notebook to the judge, and he just listened because it was absolutely correct. So he listened, and I was very polite about it. I wasn't combative, and so he listened. You know, so you always want to say on and for the record. When you say on and for the record, that means, hey, this is on the record. So don't put this off the record. I am saying on and for the record, so that this thing gets, you know, into the transcripts and whatever, so you can get a copy of this, so you can use that against them if you ever get a court case or something that you need to.
Right, because as soon as I go in for the hearing, she's going to ask me to record my name. So, you know,
no, you say my name is private. You cannot have it. You say I'd be happy to give you that just as soon as the district attorney here proves subject matter jurisdiction over me, the living woman, or the living man.
Yeah, I'm the living woman. I'm not going to be in with see, this is, I think, this is a foreclosure hearing, and it's just the clerk of court. There's no judge. She claims that she is the deputy registrar of that court and stuff, and there's no, you know, there's no district attorney or nothing. and she says that there's going to be the trustees and their attorneys that claim to have the ownership of my home, of my deed of trust.
Well, what I would do is I have to refer this to Tom, because this is not my field. Mine is the actual criminal part. I do the criminal part, and Tom does he's good at the foreclosure. He's got 1 million wins. So I refer you to Tom.
Tom, are you on? Is Tom on?
10-4. There's two things that you want to do in court. Number one, I'm challenging the jurisdiction of this court according to number one, you go to my website and get the jurisdictional challenge. If you go to NevadaRepublic.info, scroll down to the PDF files, get my jurisdictional challenge, submit that into the court, change it, make it say what, your name, blah, blah, blah. Get that into the record, send a copy to the plaintiff. Now, those Supreme Court's decisions very specifically say, once jurisdiction is challenged, the plaintiff must prove on the record how they have jurisdiction. Number two, I demand a trial by jury of my peers in a constitutionally compliant court of records, which this is not, because you have a gold trim on the flag, according to Army Manual of Court Marshals AR-840, all flags with a gold trim on it are military courts. Okay? I'm not in the military. I've never contracted with the military. I'm one of we the people. Okay? I have a constitutional right to a trial by jury of my peers in a court of record. This is not a court of record. Prove jurisdiction. Give me a trial in a court of record, and until then, cease and desist. Number two, you really need to start your court of record, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got to start your court of record. Do you know who Judge Mickey is?
No.
Okay, email me, and I'll get you a copy of a template for a court of record.
Okay, what's your email address?
Marshal Benson at afreecountry.com.
Okay.
And get on Judge Mickey's calls on Thursday, which explains how to do a court of record.
Okay. Of course, I was going to go in the court this Tuesday coming up, and I had already put on file a motion to dismiss foreclosure with prejudice, because they had me in court for 13 times, and this is ridiculous. They never produced the paperwork to show that they have ownership of my home. The true person didn't never come in, so I'm saying.
The thing about the court of record, you're in a statutory court right now. They have to prove jurisdiction, and you demand a trial by jury of your peers in a constitutionally compliant court of record.
Okay.
If I may.
Go ahead.
This is a friend of Roberta's. This is Dave in the Thumb. How you doing, Tom?
Good.
Good. Where can Miss Roberta go to get a crash course on court of record before her Tuesday court case?
That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that. What I can tell you to do is challenge jurisdiction.
If I may?
Go ahead, Mickey.
They're welcome to go to the YouTube website where the court of record calls are held, and that's kind of a crash course if they want to take the time to learn.
Okay.
You want to go to the channel Court of Records?
Okay.
And it's a YouTube channel, and there's 9 different calls that you can listen to.
Okay. Alrighty, and that's the YouTube, and it's Court of Records.
Yep, Court of Records.
Okay.
That's the name of the channel.
Okay, thank you.
Or in 20 minutes into
I yield.
Thank you, Mickey.
7:20.
You're welcome.
7:25.
Thank you, Tom.
Any other questions?
Hey, Tom, it's Joe down here in Texas. Got a question?
Yes, sir.
Any news on how we go with my situation? Harrison.
Yeah, I was waiting for Michael Hamilton is actually assisting me with that. He is. Need to mute out, please. Mute out. He's the mentor. I've got some documents. Yes, we're going to start yours this week.
Okay.
Yeah. And what we're doing, Townsend. I'm waiting for Townsend. I actually talked to him today, but he had to hang up. But I've been waiting to get with him. You guys need to form your assembly, and I'm actually going to have a flyer that you can mail out for free and also pass out, and get people, wake people up in your area. You need to form an assembly. You need 25 people in Texas. So I don't know how many people.
I've got about 5 people right now that are waiting. So.
Okay, then what we'll do is let me get you over the oath of office, not the oath of office, the oath for the grand jury members. They just sign it, put their name on it, sign it, and get 2 witnesses. And now you guys are included in the Texas assembly. So we need 25 statewide. I actually know 2 other guys that are in Texas. You got Townsend that can also contribute. But yeah, we're going to refile a new case and name that judge, the federal judge who took action and dismissed your case, and then file on the lower court judge who evicted you twice, and also name the officers involved, the marshals, everybody involved is going to get. They're going to get a little piece of this.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I'll be working on that this week.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Kim in North Carolina. I'm really enjoying this call.
And just listen to it. How do I get the contact? We got that number. That's it.
To mute out. Judge Mickey, help us out.
Okay, I'm still here.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Yes. I won, but I lost the case in South Carolina. When I was living in South Carolina, I got all the way up to the Court of Appeals. I didn't get my paperwork in there soon enough. My mentor kind of quit on me for whatever reason, financial problems or whatever. But wasn't able to pay him what he wanted. I mean, I did the best I could, and I was even started to get Cocker legal brief. I was going to hire them, and I learned a lot. It was constitutional. That's what I was working in. It was a foreclosure deal. I done exhausted everything else I could do, and he wanted to shut the whole state of South Carolina down in foreclosures, and they're clean house in South Carolina. And anyway, long story short, we got evicted and decided to move up North Carolina because I grew up here back all the way up to 69 and lived in South Carolina for better than 45 years. And I'm just wondering if there's any recourse that I could still go after them, you know. What do you think?
Yeah, 10-4, court of record.
Court of record? I mean, you know, so that would be the best way.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fraud. Your house was already paid, and what they did was fraud.
Oh, I know, just pure T fraud, you know.
Okay, number 2, challenge the jurisdiction of that eviction court right now. Challenge it, because get this, jurisdiction can be challenged at any time, even after judgment. That's the Supreme Court, okay? So you can go back on a case and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to go ahead and challenge jurisdiction. How did you have the jurisdiction to evict me from my house?
Yeah.
You can go back. In fact, I'm doing that on a case right now.
Right.
got a guy here in Vegas that bought land. Okay, a chunk of land. There used to be a house on it, but 4 days before he bought the land, it was torn down and removed. And
right.
The original owner, her name, let's just say, is Mary, sold it to Jill. Jill sold it to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mary took him to court and said, "Oh, you owe me. This is actually my land. You. I don't know how she did it, but she got a judgment giving her back the land." Okay, so we just challenged the jurisdiction, and the funny thing is, the attorney went to the land. It's not in his. It's in this guy's, my client's, my people's names, and he went and evicted the tenant who's staying there on a mobile home with the police. And the owner goes to the police and says, "I got the deed. How did this happen?" "Oh, well, we're going to file charges against this attorney for falsifying." But anyways, the point was that we've already challenged the jurisdiction. There's already a judgment. You can go back at any time. Okay. Now watch this. After we challenge jurisdiction, I'm going to give them 21 days. Okay. They're not going to answer it. Now, from the court of record that I'm creating for this guy, then we will issue a void judgment, because the Supreme Court also says that if the court moves forward and they don't have jurisdiction, it's void. So from the court of record, we will issue a void judgment and go after these guys in a court of record. I yield. Does that answer your question?
It does. What I did, I was on another call here, last year sometime, and I was still in South Carolina, and this guy came up on this call one time, and he said that he was out of Colorado, and there was on a case of his, and he said, "I got something here. We're going after the bonds.
Okay.
Take it to the district court." Well, he ended up getting arrested, and I got threatened.
Yeah. I've heard that. That's not what I would do. I wouldn't go about it that way.
Yeah. Then he was studying maybe getting the post office general involved, where you can really get them for postal fraud,
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. That may work.
Yeah, I looked at a lot of different things. I've thought about a lot of things, but I love what you said about jurisdiction. And then what you said, prove to me where you had jurisdiction. Well, I did. Yep. I think I had jurisdiction in my own name because, they told me I didn't have standing. That was my first. I was going through. I was breaking all the rules. I mean, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was cramming. Learning fast. I wasn't learning too well though.
Challenge the jurisdiction. Okay, go to my website, NevadaRepublic.info.
Okay.
Download that document and change it. Make it applicable to your situation.
I can print it out because I'm using the public library right now.
Yeah, send it to them and create your court of record after they default in 21 days, and then issue a void judgment from your court of record.
They sold the house. I can still get a judgment and get paid, right? I mean, I get some money off of it, I guess.
The money, brother.
Yeah.
You'll get a lot of money. You're going to get a lot of money. Go.
Yeah, we was looking at a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit. If we'd have won, got it in the Supreme Court and won it. Okay. Well, that's really encouraging. Okay, now next week I got to go to court. I got a couple felonies. I'm out on bond, and it's color of law. There was no crime committed. There was no victim in my case, and I can use the same thing on that as well.
100%. I'm kicking their butt in court with that exact jurisdictional challenge.
Well, I got a court-appointed bar attorney, and
get rid of him.
I spent 35 days in jail, and I had a friend of mine got me bonded out twice.
Okay, get rid of him.
Just get rid of it. Just just fire? Just tell her I don't mean I do it myself, or
send them a letter. I no longer require your services. You're fired.
Well, she's gonna be there Tuesday. I told her that I didn't belong in this court. I did a UCC financial statement, and I was, title sovereign, and she said, well, bring the paper. So I think I might be able to just get off on that alone, get my case dismissed.
I don't know anything about UCC filings or any of that.
It has to do with, common law,
Yeah, I understand, but that's not common law, sir. That's Uniform Commercial Code. That's their law.
I understand. Yes.
No, anything. Really, honestly, I've seen it for years. I actually am using that for some other stuff, but not this court of record. Not with defending yourself.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Challenge the jurisdiction. Fire the attorney. You're speaking for yourself. You're not representing yourself. I will speak for myself as one of we the people. I'm challenging jurisdiction. Blah, blah, blah. Get the jurisdictional challenge. Send it to them. And you'll win. Start your court of record. Counterclaim it. You got to start your court of record. But the most important thing is get that jurisdictional challenge. Okay, listen. I got a script. I'm going to send you the script that Johan used. Actually, he kind of put it together based on what I told him. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. He did a great job. Okay, so I'm going to get you that script. Email me at marshalbenson@afreecountry.com. I will get you a copy of that.
Marshal, M-A-R-S-H-A-L.
Benson, Marshal.
May I?
Go ahead.
Yahoo.com. Okay.
Yeah,
Negative.
the script.
Afreecountry.com.
Oh, at freecountry.com.
Marshal Benson at afreecountry.com.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Marshal Benson, BENSON at freecountry.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
One L in Marshall.
Marshal, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, well, I can't do it until in the morning. I got to go to the library in the morning at 9 o'clock to do it,
All right, no worries.
Okay, I appreciate that a lot.
No problem. I'll get it to you.
Okay, thanks.
May I?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I spoke about the DSS thing earlier before all the other folks, but and I'll email you for the script and the jurisdictional challenge that you have as a PDF download. I can take that and swipe out names and put my stuff in it, and it'd be acceptable in the court. And plus, I can just take it to the judge on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, instead of mailing it because of the time strains. And
yes,
just
sir.
give
You will
it
take
to
it
him.
personally, hand it in. Yes, sir.
All right, I yield. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I may.
Go right ahead.
Hey, Benson, you doing good tonight?
Oh, yes, sir. God is good. That victory with Johan Kim that it got me fired up.
I can hear it, but that's awesome. Let me ask you
that
something.
was. I think that's one of our biggest victories. Just because he told it like it is, and I've got people that are just shocked that he's telling him, look, this is treason. Don't go there, and it really is. It really is treason.
Right.
It really is, and that's why what we're doing works, because it really is treason. They really are just a corporation. They really are just esquires, foreign agents of the Crown of England warring against the Constitution. The crazy thing is, it's true. The Supreme Court says that, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm doing very well. Johan Kim is doing very well. So Anyways, yeah, doing good.
This is awesome. Is there any way with the court of record to take these people out in the process when they step across these lines to make them to where they have to change judges like they change underwear? Do you understand what I'm saying? To get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Other than just the next person that doesn't know about the court of record, they get taken for they get molested, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is there any way to add some kind of impact to this? So, once they match with one of the people that have the court of record, they're done.
That would be, if they move it forward, if they move forward, if you've challenged jurisdiction and they move forward, that's treason. Okay, so take it to your grand jury and charge them with treason.
Oh, your local grand jury. So would there be like a higher? I'm just saying your local grand jury. That's assuming you have one. Okay. So
and if you don't get one,
right.
I don't have one.
So
I'm gonna make. I made a flyer that I'm going to get printed probably tomorrow. That basically says, here's how you win in court. Go to my website, get on the Friday night call, become one of We the People, and I'm going to recruit that way. I'm going to pass out 1,000 flyers a week personally. Now that doesn't, so we also have a way to mail letters and postcards for free. So I'm going to have my wife and her team sit there and mail out X amount per day. So while I am out passing out guaranteed 200 flyers a day, Monday through Friday, okay, I'll pass out personally 1,000, plus whatever she can do, plus I got people on my team that are going to pass them out, okay? I bet I have 2,500 flyers a week going out. Out of 2,500 a week, you're going to get 3%. That's a lot of freaking people, okay? That's how I'm building it. That's how I recommend everybody build it. I'll have the flyer on my website tomorrow or by Sunday. Everybody get that flyer. Time to build this thing. It's time to build We the People. It's time to build the assemblies. How do you do it? I'm not a salesman. I can't talk to people. You don't have to be. Sit behind your freaking desk and address. You can address 200, 250, 300 a day. Get them out. Okay, 20. Okay, I don't have time for that. Okay, do 10 a day, 20 a day. You're going to go to the store. You're going to go shopping. You're going to go to the gas station. You're going to go here. You're going to go there. You're going to go to church. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to go to the school. You're going to do this. Give them a flyer. Hey, here, check out this website, NevadaRepublic.info. You don't have to use mine. Create your own. TexasRepublic.info. TexasRepublic.com. TexasRepublic.whatever. Okay, go to go to GoDaddy.com for $1. TexasRepublic.us is $1. $1, and you get a month free website. Copy and paste everything on my website. Put it on yours. Get the flyers. Send them out. Build your republic. Because, guys, I'm telling you, when they screw up and they commit treason, take it to the grand jury. You need marshals, a lot of them. I'll have them here in Vegas. Okay, I will. You need to borrow them? We'll send them. We need, we're in Louisiana and this judge did this. Great, we'll send them. But I yield.
I sent you an email for the script. This is Marshal Schubert. If you would, send me the digital version of that flyer so I can make the adjustments for Georgia.
Yeah, as soon as I get it printed, I'll send it to you. It should be tomorrow.
I don't want the printed one. I want the digital version so I can change it.
Oh, I'll send you the verbiage, what I'm using. I mean, you could, change it, use whatever you want, but I'm basically saying.
Well, I was just going to make it more towards Georgia and not so much New Mexico.
Absolutely.
To be honest,
I'll get that.
To be honest with you, I was going to push the web traffic your direction. I wasn't going to change that.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're in Georgia, you could direct people to my website, and they can learn.
Yeah,
they can learn.
Absolutely.
But this website's for everybody. The same laws that apply in Nevada apply in Georgia. The same concepts all apply.
Right.
It's all. They're a corporation. We're not. We're we the people. So yeah, start your own for $1. I think it's $20 a month, $10 a month. Or just use mine. Just direct them to mine. Get them on my calls, because this is for everybody. Now I'm focusing on Nevada. I'm going to advertise the dog crap out of this call on all my flyers. Go to my website. Go to here. Come to the call. But it's for everybody, because it's all the same information. I want to build the United States of America, not just Nevada, but I'm going to take the lead, and I'm going to blow up Nevada. I have to, okay? I got a cop after me for being a traitor, because I was a correctional peace officer, and I'm helping we the people. I got a cop hot on my trail. Man, this guy wants me in. He told me, I'm putting you. He just handcuffed me day before yesterday. Let me go. I'm going to show you. I'm in charge. I'm large and in charge. Okay.
Hey, why did he let you go? I never did understand that. You got arrested there at the property, and you got released there at the property, or did they take you to jail?
Oh, I did not go to jail.
Awesome. So they released you there at...
It's called fear and intimidation. That's all this guy has. He's running around to all my marshals. I'm going to arrest you. I'll put you in prison. Really? Go right ahead. Knock yourself out. You're a felon. You're committing a crime. Well, let's go. I don't believe in your court record. It's all nonsense. Okay. God bless you. I pray for your soul, sir. You're not my enemy. I pray for you. I really do. I really do pray for this man. Because I don't want hatred in my heart like he has. I don't want that. I'm doing this godly. God is on my side. Who can be against me? I listened to some preaching last night where Joseph's brothers enslaved him. And then when they came to him and bowed down, just like he dreamed, he told them, you guys are going to all bow down to me. Well, they all bowed down to him, and he goes, you know what? Guys, it wasn't you. It was God's will. God put me here. So don't blame yourselves. I forgive you. I love you. Kisses to you. God is directing Kenneth Meade to do this. Kenneth Meade is not in control. God has put this man in my life for his reasons, and I get that. I don't hate this man. I pray for him. He's not my enemy. This is at God's direction. Guys, we have God with us. Guys, what makes this so freaking amazing? The first time I heard this, all right, gold trim on the flag, it's military. Bullcrap. Go put your tinfoil hat on, and you're crazy. You're nuts. I love my government. I will pay my taxes. I got to pay my fair share. Holy crap. He begged me. Tom, you got to look at this. You got to look at this. Please. All right, shut up. I'll do it. Oh, my God, he was right. I'm like, what? Really? I went to court on a traffic ticket, a correctional peace officer in good standing. And before we get started, you're flying a military flag. I'm not in the military. Do I have constitutional rights in this court? Bailiff, arrest that man. Oh, my God. Contempt of court, 3 days. They put me in jail for 3 days for asking, do I have constitutional rights in this court? I got my answer. But what they don't understand is they created a freaking monster, because I swore I will find out what has happened to my country and I'll fix it. Guess what, people? I found out. I'm going to freaking fix it with your help. God bless Hamilton. God bless Doucette. God bless Schubert. God bless Townsend. God bless Judge Mickey. God bless Jules Embry. God bless Roger Dowdell. Do you know Roger Dowdell and Judge Bruce Doucette, on their own dime, their own money, traveled around this country and established 33 states, grand juries in 33 states. I'm picking it up, guys. This guy wants to put me in prison. You don't think I'm going to build the Republic of Nevada? Like my life depends on it, because it does. He wants to I'm going to put you in prison. Okay, God bless you. I don't think so. I oppose you. With that, I yield. Any questions, comments?
Is there a Republic of California, or is there a California Republic?
God bless you, sir, my good friend. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Whom do I contact? Who's in charge of it?
I'll put you in contact, but can you give your testimony, sir, of how many people that you have helped that have been evicted in California and you put them right back in the house? Please tell your story.
Hey, good morning, family, and how are you? And welcome to the battlefield.
Exactly. Tell your story.
Well, basically, I'm going to make it short. How I got involved in this was because I had lost 11 homes, including my church. I paid an attorney, couldn't help me, so I lost everything. After I lost everything, I called on to my Father God, and I said, Father, you show me what I need to do so I can help others not go through what I went through. So he gave me the name America's Outcry. And I've been fighting ever since with America's Outcry, because this is an outcry within our own nation against we the people. Because it makes no earthly sense for America, the greatest nation on earth, to have homeless people. But we do, and that means there's something wrong. And I've been fighting ever since. And each day, my Father blesses me with knowledge as to what to do to help my fellow mankind. To where I came to a position whereby when they evicted you, I can go and put you right back. And I've been very successful doing it. But again, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So there's always room to learn and improve what we're learning and how we can all come together and learn to help each other to overcome this evil that has taken over our nation, enslaving we the people. So until then, I yield, and it's my pleasure to be a part of you in this fight to bring peace on earth and goodwill to man. Love you all.
Thank you, sir. Love you to death. You're a warrior of God, and I'm glad you're on the team. Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, this is Henry in South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
As soon as I can qualify, I guess I better volunteer for the U.S. Marshal, but I don't know when that's going to be.
U.S. Marshals, it's Continental Marshals.
I mean, that's what I meant to say, Continental Marshal.
Yeah, they want to lock us up for saying saying that we're not U.S. Marshals. They're right. We're not U.S. Marshals. We don't want to be U.S. Marshals. We are Continental Marshals, and it's all good. Sure.
Continental Marshals.
Important.
Would it be Continental U.S. Marshals or just plain Continental Marshals?
I think the oath says Continental U.S. Marshals, but it is Continental Marshals.
Okay.
Not to be confused with U.S. Marshals.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it'll be a while before I can get to that stage, but I feel like I should get involved because it sounds like you need all the help you can get. So.
Yeah, we do. Check out my website and get on the calls. There's a Tuesday night Marshal call, Wednesday night Marshal judges and court administrator call. That's a great call. Tuesday night Marshal call. I'd start jumping on that. And let's change the nation. How many people are going to prison for non-injured party crimes? I know a kid that challenged the jurisdiction in Florida. The judge says, on the record, we have the transcript. I don't have to prove nothing. On the record. Treason. On the record. Okay? They sentenced him, they found him guilty. They want to put him in prison for 120 years. Or not, he didn't do anything. There's no crime.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do. Guys, this will change the system. Okay? Educate one person at a time. Get everybody you know on the calls. Pass out the flyers. That'll be posted on my website in a couple days. Go to the website. Educate yourself. Don't believe me. Believe the Supreme Court. Either the Supreme Court is valid or it's not. Either the Constitution is valid or it's not. If it's not, we better make changes. If it's not, we better do something about it. Because I believe in the Constitution.
I do too.
I believe in the Constitution of Nevada. I believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. I am not a U.S. citizen. I am not a U.S. resident. I am certainly not a fictitious entity. That's what the Supreme Court says you are if you're a U.S. citizen. Oh, you're a fictitious entity. Everybody's running around, I have the right to bear arms. No, you don't. Not as a U.S. citizen. As it in the Supreme Court. Don't believe me. Go to NevadaRepublic.info. Go to the bottom to where it says, are you a U.S. citizen or a state citizen?
Right.
And look it up. That's for everybody. I wasn't directing that at you. That's for everybody.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm enjoying this call. Just
yes,
sir,
me too.
I love it.
Notifying we the people. We've got a great base to work from. We have great people, leaders. Okay? I follow Hamilton. I follow Doucette. I follow Embry. I follow Mickey. I follow Dowdell. We have some great people who have organized this. I am all in. I'm so all in. They want to shut me down.
Yeah, I understand. I'm all in too.
It's okay if they do. It's God's will. It's all. Look, guys. It doesn't matter what happens. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna recruit a lot of people. And whatever happens, happens. It's God's will. Not my life anymore. Christian, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. Jesus, it's not my will anymore. It's God's will. I'm protected by God. Officer Kenneth Meade, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, a corporation, has no say in the matter. It's God's will. When I went to jail before, it wasn't, oh God, why did you do that? No. It was thank you, Jesus, for doing that.
Right.
We need to change our attitudes, people. When Joseph was imprisoned, oh God, why did you do that? No. It's thank you, Jesus. I worship you. I give you all the glory. I give you all the honor. People who complain about their situation How can you say you're a Christian? I've given my life to God. You can't. Stop the madness. Give God all the glory for everything, good and bad. You may look at this as, oh my God, why did you do that? No, there's a reason. With that, I yield. Any other questions?
The learning experience, that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Came this planet to learn, learn from mistakes. Learn from our mistakes, I should say.
Right, that's right. Questions, comments? Floor is open.
May I? This is Cindy Sutton from South Carolina.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Hey, I was invited into this call by Marshal Parks, and I will be going to court with him Tuesday because I've been involved with this situation for the past 9 years trying to resolve the child support issue. If I want to speak in court, do I have to say that I'm a representative or observer? Because I know they try to bully you into saying you can't represent or help someone unless you're an attorney.
Well, the Constitution says that you have a right to counsel. I'm his counsel.
Okay.
They'll shut you down. They won't let you. The best thing to do is to challenge the jurisdiction. You could submit an affidavit, possibly. Parks needs to challenge jurisdiction.
When we submit the jurisdiction paperwork, would you advise clocking it in with the clerk of court to have a copy on record?
Absolutely. And send a copy to the judge. And, get one into the clerk of the court and get one to the plaintiff.
Okay.
Get one to the DA and get one to the opposing parent.
Okay. I don't know what just happened. Hello?
If I may.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know. I heard my phone ring, and I didn't know if I was over. Sorry.
That's all good.
This is Marshal Matt Pruitt out here in Missouri.
Yes, sir.
David, my son, Marshal David Pruitt, he said that when you go up before the judge, you call whoever it is you're going to have for counsel your next friend in counsel. That's how he said to technology was to use. Next friend in counsel.
Thank you.
With that, I yield.
May I? This is Cindy Sutton again.
Go ahead.
I'm very excited about this information. I've been a paralegal for 15 years, and I've seen how they work behind the scenes, and they're bullies. And I always felt like something was off with this situation, and I would love to get involved with this administratively, however I can.
Yeah, 10-4, the first step is teaching people about the Republic, teaching people to become a grand jury member, getting the word out, get them onto the calls, get them onto my website, duplicate my website. It's open, it's free to everybody. And I think the first step is to tell people, look, you're not supposed to be a U.S. citizen. Take a look at what the Supreme paper that is entitled, are you a U.S. citizen or state citizen? That says it all.
Yeah, I
if
read
you're a
that.
U.S. citizen, you're a property of the United States government. You're a fictitious entity. Your kids don't belong to you. You do not have the right to bear arms.
Right.
Okay? You're a slave of the corporation under Congress. Okay? You know, all these churches are running around, oh, you got to obey your government. Which government? Which government? The first one or the second one? Well, let's go with the first one, shall we? Let's go with the Republic, the Republican form of government, not the democracy. Thomas Jefferson said, do not ever become a democracy. Thomas Jefferson said, don't ever allow a corporation to issue your money. If you do, you're going to be homeless on the streets. That's exactly what's happened. How many people across the nation have been evicted? Are you kidding me? Trying to evict people. They just evicted somebody here in Las Vegas. Wait, there's no eviction order. 2 people. There's no eviction order. Really? You're just going to evict them, the police? You're going to take it upon yourself? Oh, I'm going to evict you because I say. Really? That's the way the law works? It's unbelievable how they are abusing we the people for money, for bonds. It's not justice. It's money. It's a corporation that has taken over this country called the United States. It's not our government. Our government is the United States of America, the Republic. We are the government. We, the people. You know the Constitution says if the government gets out of control, take it back. Well, we don't need to do that because we already did that in 1776. Let them run their government. I don't want to attack the police. I don't want to, do any of that. We don't have to. That's already been done for us in 1776. We kicked their ass. We've got a constitution. Let's just go back to it. You run your government. You rule your U.S. citizens. We're the people, and we're done with the abuse. All we got to do is enough of us keep forming these courts of records. Let's start getting them convicted in a grand jury. Indictments and convictions. Let's see what happens then. Let's see what happens when Las Vegas, Nevada, has 25,000 marshals, 50,000 people. How long will it take sending out 1,000 flyers a week? How long would it take to get 25,000 people a year? Less? I'm going to do it. Las Vegas, Nevada will lead the way in recruitment. God has raised me for this. I was put on this earth for this. This is my life. This is all I do. Jump on board, people. Stop being abused. You want to make a change? Don't sit on your butt and do nothing. Get people on these calls. Pass out those flyers everywhere you go. You're filling up at the gas station. Someone pulls up next to you. Hey, by the way, check out this flyer. Look at the website. These aren't our courts. See, I'm focusing on the courts. Beat any ticket. Beat anything. Beat it. Beat it. And educate people that way. Everybody's being assaulted. They're going after everybody. They want everybody in prison. I was a prison guard for 12 years, maximum security. You know how many people I saw in there? Non-injured party crime. Drugs. Shoot heroin all day long if you want. You didn't injure anybody. You hurt yourself. How's the state going to come in? Oh, I'm going to put you in prison because you're a heroin addict. Really? DUI. I don't agree with it. But did you injure somebody? Until you hit somebody, I can't tell you how to live. United States Code, Title 18, Section 31 says the definition of a motor vehicle is you are operating in commerce. What does that mean? What is operating in commerce? Oh, somebody's paying you. Operating in commerce means somebody is paying you to transport goods or passengers. A passenger's a person, not a person. You're driving somebody around for pay. So if you drive to the store, are you operating a motor vehicle? The answer is no. They pull you over. Give me your driver's license. Oh, I'm not driving. Oh, I demand your driver's license. Well, sir, that's, under Brown versus Texas. You're familiar with the Supreme Court, aren't you, sir? I don't know anything about that. Brown versus Texas says that you have to suspect me of committing a felony for me to give you my identification. What felony do you suspect me of committing? You're doing 65 and a 55. Well, is that a crime? That's a crime. Guys, we're beating these all day long. long. No more tickets. No more. Chris in Las Vegas, great example. He's got a beautiful, I've seen it, Dodge, I think it's a 1947, parked in his driveway, cement driveway, in his property. Code enforcement, yeah, you're going to move that, it's dangerous. No, I don't have to move nothing. You have zero jurisdiction. This is not a commercial building. It's not a resident. This is private land. And burn rubber. They come back with 20 cops, and they take it. They take it. How many people have lost their children? How many people are going to prison? How many? Come on, guys, this is insane. Stand up and make a difference. Stand up and do something. I will show you. Other people will show you. Stand up. The most important thing that we can do is spread the word. Go to my website, learn, and then spread the word. Get that flyer. It doesn't cost you anything to mail it. We got a stamp. We, the people, can mail for free. Didn't know that, did you? I've done it. In fact, I mailed Officer Kenneth Mead, the guy who's after me, jurisdictional challenge, that registered mail. And he asked me, how did you do that? I said, I'm one of We the People. Oh, that's really neat. Yeah, good. Glad you like it. I wish I would have known that when I was going to college. That's exactly what he said. Get the word out. Any questions? Any questions? Floor is open.
This is Cindy.
Yes.
What do you think about Rand Paul trying to take the forfeiture away from the law enforcement?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, he introduced a bill today. Today or yesterday, he wants to take away law enforcement's right to take away property from innocent people. It's called civil forfeiture.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Fabulous. And anything that they can, anything that they can do to help the situation. But again, he's still working in a corporation called the United States, a corporation formed in 1871, a corporation, okay? So the only way that we're going to actually have a true government of We the People is to start forming, we got to start with our assemblies. So form 25 people, an assembly in your state, get these flyers passed out, start educating people. Guys, you can mail it for free. Go to the printer, spend $25 and start getting these things passed out. You want to protect yourself, you want to protect your family, build the republic. Help us build this. Any other questions? Guys, we're going to end the call. Thank you for attending. Judge Mickey, thank you for running the call. Actually, Judge Mickey, any comments from you tonight?
I think it was a great call. I think you handled some situations really well in terms of what you've explained. And as usual, just having the updates is very, very good for everybody because it shows them what's really happening out there. So I'm really excited for the work that you're doing, and I know you guys are going to continue to kick butt and take names over there.
Yes. Judge Mickey, thank you for everything that you do. Judge Mickey has a call this same number, 5 o'clock Pacific time on Thursday nights. Learn more about the Court of Records. Thank you, Mickey, for that. Guys, we're going to end the call.
Tom, if you don't mind.
Let's go ahead, Steve.
On your Nevada Republic, is that online? I can't seem to get it.
You got to put in http:// /
Okay. I'll
you
do
got to
that.
put in that HTTP. Most people can get it without that. If you have a problem, just put in the HTTP / then NevadaRepublic.info. You'll get it then.
Okay.
I have
I'll try
2 other
that.
people
Thanks.
have the same problem.
Excuse me,
so
but
that will
it's
fix.
sorry, excuse me, it's HTTPS.
I'm sorry, say it again.
HTTPS : /
There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
Guys, have a great night. Get on the Tuesday night Marshal call, Wednesday night Marshals,
Judges.
Administrators call, and Judges call. Wednesday is another great call for updates. We've got a new number for Marshals calls. I'll text everybody. Get on that. God bless everybody. Thank you for attending. Last chance, comments, questions.
Yeah, this is Henry in North Carolina. I really appreciate that a lot. And about this, is that how you use the postal service? Is that on your website as well, where you don't have to pay for postage?
No, it's not. I'm going to post it this weekend. It's a picture of a stamp. You'll actually take that to your printer and Office Depot, Office Max, get a rubber stamp and rubber stamp your stuff, and now you'll be able to mail it for free.
Okay. Rubber stamp. So we have to get hold of the rubber stamp or something?
Yeah, take the words off of my website. It'll be up today or tomorrow. Tomorrow or the next day. Get that verbiage. Take that, print out that page, or write it down and take it to your Office Depot. Get a rubber stamp made. Now all of your stuff, you'll rubber stamp it.
If I may,
and mail it out. Judge Mickey,
if I may,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, believe it or not, I cannot print. Some people can print on their envelopes to their printer, but mine just will not pick up the envelopes. So people that have done that works. But I also have been doing it with actual labels. I print them on the labels, and then I use the labels and put the labels right on the envelope. Everything has gone through. Everything.
Fabulous. Or there you go. Or even type it onto the envelope.
That's a challenge. I look forward to learning how to do this stuff. I love it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to end the call. Thank you for coming on board. See you next Friday, same time, same place. God bless everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, Judge Mickey.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, guys, good night.
Good night.